first thing that they realize, their hands aren't getting dirty, their kids' clothes don't smell when they send them to school, there's no smoke, the walls in their kitchen are just as they were before they started cooking. And so I think when you see the feedstock growing in the field and the production of it, it's a clean and renewable fuel, and that carries through all the way to the consumer when it's used in the home. At Garner Advisors, we've developed specific expertise in the clean fuels, and this is something that over the last few years has gained a lot of traction, because what we've realized is that you really have to change the whole fuel source to have the health, environmental, and even economic benefits. So right now we're consulting on some bigger projects for the sector, like a World Bank report that's going to be the state of the modern energy cooking sector that'll be available at the end of 2019, as well as hand-picking partners in geographies where we think we can see the best impact and assisting them to make sure we can see clean fuels front and center, making the benefits we know are possible.
I've been involved with the Clean Cook stoves for the last 7 years, 8 years maybe, okay. So over that time, I've sort of become a little bit passionate about the product. So for me and for us, it was that we've decided that's the route we want to follow, and that's what we want to do for the rest of our lives. Our two major areas that we're going to be concentrating in, Green 66, would be South Africa and Mozambique. I think statistics show that in South Africa alone, there's about 2 million people still cooking on paraffin, which is dangerous and unhealthy. So we hope to replace that paraffin market with ethanol Clean Cook stoves. There is still a number of people, and quite a few in South Africa, cooking with solid fuels, wood, charcoal. But in Mozambique, I think we have a higher number of people cooking with solid fuels. So I think that to give them that option, cooking with ethanol and chance to be able to cook indoors in the rainy weather without putting their family through any health risks, I think is a good place to start.
I think one of the interesting things is that we all cook around the world, but half of us, nearly half the world's population, is still cooking with solid fuels. The longer term effects of cooking with a smoky fuel like wood or charcoal is the respiratory and cardiovascular health impacts. And over the last few years, we've started to realize just how damaging those are. So 4.3 million people around the world are dying every year just because of the way they cook.
A company like Green 66, which hasn't been going for very long, you can imagine how difficult it is for a small company to get into a market like Mozambique. And our only option of getting something like this right would have been on a very, very small scale, okay? And that in itself could have been damaging. Fortunately, Seeds of Change have assisted us in moving to a larger scale and being able to get these facilities in order for us to have a business that we can get these Clean Cook stoves back in the market in Mozambique, and hopefully get into South Africa and take some of the paraffin stoves out.
I'm really excited about the project we're working on now with Green 66 Innovations in Mozambique and South Africa. Because like most things in life, it all comes down to who you're working with. And I know that with Mike and Tabitha and the whole team, we found the right partner. They fundamentally understand the product inside and out. And what we find when we try to sell a stove or get a stove into someone's house is that consumers are just like you and I. They want quality products, and they will pay for quality products. And Mike and Tabs and the whole team have created something that's not only beautiful and modern, but something that functions perfectly well. Plus, I think we're in a market where there's a huge demand and a huge need that's growing. So the ingredients are finally coming together with the fuel supply, the stove supply, the right partner, the market that has the need for it. So I really feel like the stars have aligned and we're poised for great success.